Blink, blink, ding, bling. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ling, 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 ding, 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 a ling, 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 a ding, diddling, ding, ding, diddling, ding, ding, diddling, ding, ding. Dink, 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 ding, ding, dink, dink.
Welcome to Ho Yeah Podcast. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Hello, Jackie. I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, we just got done filming some video. Some video of the very sexy fan fiction. We finished the final chapter, and then we recorded the beginning of part 2.
AKA chapter 16.
Oh, 16.
Or 16.
Very, very hot. It was hot. And we both looked incredible, I will say. So, yeah.
Amy was in a gorgeous... Where did you get that? It was like a black mesh robe.
Yes.
Very
I got it from
sexy.
Amazon.
Beautiful. And a feather boa.
Yes, that like literally all of the feathers just exploded off of it the second I put it on, and it dyed my hands black. So
Oh,
worth it though. Jackie,
you looked beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Jackie, you turned me on in ways that I didn't know was possible. You had a couple of outfit changes. You had one where you had a full GIMP mask on, and it was nice.
Well, I wouldn't consider it full because I could not for the life of me find one that had a mouth that zipped open and shut.
Yeah, that's
not for the life of me.
That's like a expensive one that you're gonna have to buy from like an actual specialty shop or something.
Like a tannery or something.
A tannery.
A tannery. I would love to have one of those. I just am fascinated by the full head GIMP mask that has the zipper mouth.
Yes, definitely. You still looked real hot. And you had like a full, then the next one was like a faux leather collar with spikes on it and multiple mustaches, all different types, and a cool leather hat. I mean, it was, and aviator sunglasses. It was incredibly sexy.
Like a biker daddy or that one guy maybe from the Village People.
Yes. Very
police
hot.
officer, I guess.
Yes.
Again, I've never felt so sexy.
Yeah.
I'm telling ya, like, there's something to be said for getting some nice silky lingerie, but adventure out and try some other stuff and you will be surprised at how hot you feel.
Definitely. I agree with all of that. Yeah, I thought you were incredibly hot. So it was a lot of fun. Did I ask you how you're doing?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I don't know. I'm fine.
You're good. Great.
You
Never
did.
been better. Okay, good. Listeners,
I'm pretty sure.
Listeners, hope you're doing well. And today we're talking about season 3, episode 23, Wings of the Dope.
Some say one of the most sentimental episodes of King of the Hill.
Yes, yeah, and I would not say that they're wrong.
I would not say that either.
But before we get into the episode, you know we got to do our usual, right?
Yes.
That's right. We're going to do shout-outs. Whoop, whoop. And I'm going to give a shout-out. And this one's a little bit different. But, so the last week or so, Spotify did their, 2020 Wrapped. So you could, see all of your, the past year of all the music that you listened to. And I guess podcasts, too. And we had a lot of people tag us in stories or send us pictures of, their top podcasts that they listened to that we were in. And we had several people who, it was your most, you binged this podcast the most. Derek, who's one of he's on the Facebook group, he's on our Patreon, had 13 episodes in one day. Somebody else posted that they had listened to over 4,000 minutes of us talking in 1 year. And it was like a little scary to think about people listening to us that much, but it was really cool too.
Especially with our sound quality. That's a lot of damage to your ear holes.
I know. I apologize. I mean, between the cackling and the shitty sound quality, you're a real trooper for sticking through for 4,000 minutes. But
yes.
Yeah, so
can you hear us? We said you're a real trooper. Okay.
But seriously, shout out to all of you who sent us those. That was really exciting and really cool to see. I would have never have expected that.
No, that was so lovely.
Yeah, it really was great. And then, so for my second shout out, we have a voicemail, and it's a very special voicemail.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Ooh, I'm excited to play it for you then. So, the Papa Archer, our very own Wes Archer, called in and left us a voicemail, and I'm gonna play it right now because I'm very excited. Ready? Here we go.
I hope it's not mean.
He's so mean. It's so hot. He just roasts us.
Can you imagine?
All right, ready?
Hey, this is Wesley Meyer Archer. Just wanted to say that the correct title of the episode was Death and Texas. Little pun on taxes. And just so happens I hadn't baked banana bread in a long time, but the day of I did bake banana bread, and then I listened to the podcast. Weird coincidence. Love y'all. Keep up the good work.
From Papa Archer's very own serial killer mouth, it is Death in Texas, which we did get a lot of people who told us, like, it's Texas. Like, come on, everyone. It's right there on Hulu. Just look. So thank you so much, Wes, for sending that in. We love you too, and we're very glad that you made some banana bread.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Banana bread update.
The BB update. Love it.
Yep.
And that's all for my shout outs. But if you want to call in and leave us a message as well, the number is, I have no idea. Jackie, take it away.
All you got to do is remember this jingle, Amy.
I can't.
It's 386-530-3876.
Bing. Yay. Okay. All right. Now I will let you have the floor, Jackie.
All right. Well, I'm sure I can't top that because those shout outs are really, really good. But we do have an iTunes review.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's 5 stars, and it's from DES8676457. I don't think that spells anything, right?
No, and don't confuse that with our phone number.
Oh yeah. That was our phone number, and this is DES8676457.
That's not confusing at all.
So don't get confused. All right.
No.
And the subject says, "What a gem!" And the body says, "I always enjoyed King of the Hill growing up and love it even more as an adult. A coworker recommended this podcast, and I've become obsessed. Amy and Jackie are the best. I adore their friendship and dedication, and they're hysterical."
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you so much. I adore our friendship as well.
And thank you to your coworker.
Yeah, seriously.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Go ahead.
No, you.
Okay.
Jackie, you.
Well, I think maybe we were both about to say at the same time that following shout outs, as always,
yes,
are our very extra special shout outs for our extra special listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm talking about the Trons.
The Trons. The sexy,
the
sexy
Patreons.
Trons. That's right.
So we have a few Tron shout outs. We have a couple Tron shout outs this week, and I'm excited to see who wins this week because remember last week Rachel beat Eric.
Right. Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So our first Patreon, would you like to say it or
sure.
should I?
I'll say it. Our
ahead.
very first one that we would love to say hi to is Desiree. Hello, Desiree.
Hello, Desiree.
Another lovely photo. You know,
Mhm.
full view, beautiful hair, beautiful face, beautiful makeup. Perfect. You're definitely
Perfect.
in.
You're catching the light.
Yep.
You can tell you're outside. You've got that good light.
Yep.
Our next Tron is Hank's butt pipe. I think somebody was having a little bit of fun when they came up with that name.
I think you did a good job. I love it. And another lovely photo.
They're going to be like, that's my last name, and it's pronounced Hank's boot pipe.
It happens all the time, I know, but
it's a coincidence the main character's name is Hank, but it is my name.
Hank's butt pipe. Your picture is also very lovely. Full facing. It looks like a professional picture too, right?
That's true. You are a fine looking person. Look
Indeed.
at that.
I know. Another hottie, of course.
Well, naturally.
What else would we get? All right. And our very last one. You want to do it together?
Okay.
And our very last one is 1, 2, 3. Jose. Hey, hello, Jose. You don't have a picture.
No last name.
No last name. I mean, I guess that's fine.
But if I was going to use my sixth podcast sense, I'm going to hold my phone and close my eyes and see what vibe I get from Jose.
Okay.
And Jose, you'll let me know if I'm right on money or off. But I sense that Jose is tall.
Mm-hmm.
Jose likes popcorn.
Okay.
Jose has been heartbroken only once and has been afraid to open themselves up again to love.
Fucking same, Jose.
And I sense that Jose comes off quiet but hides a monsoon within their heart. So you let us know how on the money we are.
Very nicely done.
And I'm getting that Jose maybe also wipes back to front.
Like a real freak nasty.
I hate to accuse you of anything, but...
Well, if you get the feeling, you get the feeling.
That's it.
Enjoy your yeasties. All right. All right, with that, done. Patreon shoutouts, done. Let's get into this emotional app.
Oh, man. I meant to, start the whole episode off with that song, too.
I know. Maybe we could start it now?
Yes.
Okay. Life in another child.
Oh, emotional. I will say, up until today, I did not know that they were saying that guy was saying "life in a northern town." I didn't know he was saying that. No. I thought he was saying like "I love you for it" or something. I don't know. Did not know that my whole life.
Nope, me either. All right, here we go. Season 3, episode 23, Wings of the Dope. Air date May 4th, 1999.
May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
That was good.
Thank you. All right. Luann pays her beauty academy teacher, Mrs. Kremser, a.k.a. Miss Turbo Bitch, $300 for enrollment in the upcoming semester. Kremser reminds Luann that she must first pass a complicated hair dyeing exam before she can even begin to think about the final semester. And she's just such an asshole to Luann this whole time. Like, don't forget, you still have to take a complicated hair dyeing test. And Luann's like, I'm not going to let you down. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm so sure.
It breaks my heart because it's not even like Luann's like, fuck you, I'm going to prove you. Instead, she's just like, oh, I'm not going to let you down. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And
still
and then
trying so hard.
so that happens. Luann walks out of her office, meets up with this Sharona Johnson and her little cronies, and Sharona says, "Oh, you've had such a hard year, Luann, with your boyfriend blowing up and you losing all your hair, but if you pass this test, it'll turn everything around." And Luann kind of feels like, "Oh, wow, thank you." And then they're
Yeah.
just like, "Ha ha, just kidding. Fuck you, slut." And it's
Oh.
like, "Oh my God, you evil asshole. Like you literally just said that her boyfriend exploded into a million pieces and you're making fun of her?"
Well, like, what is the deal? Luann is not your competition. She's the worst one in class.
By
Why do you have
far.
to be so mean to her? You don't need to knock her down.
You insecure a-hole. God. Meanwhile, Hank and Boomhauer and Dale and Bill, they peer over the fence and they notice that Con has acquired the best trampoline of Buckley's estate. So
I think that's so sweet.
I know. Wouldn't you just love to know more about Con and Buckley?
Yeah, I want to know more about their friendship. It's just so sweet that
I know.
Gon wanted this from Buckley.
Yeah, like for in his honor, in his memory.
Yeah.
So, but he's let it fade into a sad state of disrepair, and of course, the guys, they can't pass up an opportunity to fix something. Any chance they can get. So they kind of hatch a plan to use reverse psychology on Con because they know Con's not going to let them do anything that they want to do. So they think, we'll pretend that we don't want to fix it up, and then he'll let us. Ultimately, they go to the house, and they kind of do this whole thing, and it seems like Dale spills the beans immediately. Like, we don't want to fix it. And Hank's like, shut up, man. That wasn't the plan. And it all seems to be going a little haywire. Their plan wasn't working out. And Con's just like, fine, you can do it, but you also have to mow my lawn for 2 months, you losers. Haha, got you. And it's like, their plan worked perfectly. That was the whole point the entire time. So now not only do they get to fix the trampoline, they also get to mow lawn for 2 months, somebody else's lawn, which they just love to do.
Oh, they're so excited. It's like,
So excited.
Yeah, you can do this thing I know you really want to do, but like for the next 2 months, I have to give you a BJ once a day. And you're like, oh, dang, you drive a hard bargain.
I guess.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Luann is taking one of her exams, which involves dyeing the tail of a horse, which, that poor horse, that looks so painful.
Yeah.
Also, imagine taking an exam where you have to work on a horse's ass and also just be farted on and probably pooped on constantly.
Absolutely. But after that, every haircut you give for the rest of your life must be so easy.
Well, I've been shit on by a horse, so this is a cakewalk.
I can handle anything, even your dandruff.
Yeah. And your weird lumpy head, it's fine. Okay, so she fails this one miserably. She maimed the horse. Everybody else has passed with flying colors. Of course, Sharona Johnson is top of her class. So Luann miserably fails this exam. She comes back home and she notices that the men are working on the trampoline. She walks over to it and she runs her fingers across the place where Buckley carved their initials into it, which was really sweet.
Yeah.
And she's just she's upset. She's failed another exam. She's, alone. Nobody's really giving her any kind of help at this point. So she runs back inside. She's crying. Later that night, Luann's poring over the textbook. She's sitting at a desk in front of a window. She kind of hears all the guys, Hank and Bill and everyone, disperse from the trampoline. And she starts to hear somebody bouncing on it. And she looks out and she can see this figure. And so, which I would just immediately close my window and go to bed and pretend I didn't hear anything. But Luann decides to go out.
A dark shadow in your backyard jumping up and down on your trampoline.
Yeah, no. I'd be like, Uncle Hank, go get your shotgun, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So she goes outside and she says, who are you? And they turn around and it's Buckley. He's in his Megalomart smock. He's jumping on the trampoline. And he just says, "Huh." And she's like, "Well, wait a second. What happened? What happened to you being dead?" And he just kind of like he does a flip, like a cool flip. And you can see these tiny little angel wings. And he points to his name tag and it says Buckley's Angel.
Don't wear it out.
Don't wear it out. So she gets up on there. They bounce together. It's so sweet. And, I've never paid as close attention to this episode as I did for, to record. And that whole scene is so beautiful. The song, like Life in a Northern Town is playing. And there's like shooting stars in the background.
And
fireflies. And like Buckley and they're like holding hands and spinning around. And it's just really sweet. It's a really, really sweet, beautiful scene that they made.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. It's so touching.
It really is. So the next morning, Luann walks into the kitchen and Peggy is sitting down at the table and she's like, "Oh my God, you look radiant. Are you pregnant?" And, obviously seeing Buckley's Angel and jumping with him on the trampoline has really lifted her spirits, and she feels like everything's going to be okay. He came to visit me. He's here protecting me. And she tells everybody at the breakfast table, like, "I had a religious experience last night. I saw an angel and it was Buckley, and he, we just jumped together, but I feel so much better knowing that he's okay," which is so sweet.
I know.
Oh, I was like, "Oh, Luann, ow, that one hurt."
I know.
Because that's all you really want, You just want to know that they're in a better place.
Yeah.
Oh. So, anywho, Hank ends up telling the guys, that, God, isn't it so ridiculous? She's doing better. She believes that, Buckley's Angel is here, which, that's fine by me. At least she's not crying. And of course, the guys are just kind of like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a really Buckley's Angel here. So later on, Hank is working on the trampoline, and he sees that there's a note crammed into one of the springs, and it's from Bill, who asks Buckley's Angel to bring him a woman, any woman. Dale screams that it's a portal to hell, and Boomhauer just wants a new crankshaft for his sweet ass car, Sally.
Yeah.
So Luann is now studying even harder. She's studying and she's like, "I'm waiting." Hank walks into the room, doesn't even knock on the door, just fucking bursts in there. Right. And I know Luann is studying and she says, "Well, I'm just waiting for Buckley's Angel. Maybe we'll go over some note cards together."
Some flashcards.
And then fucking Hank, because he's annoyed by everyone thinking that there is an angel. Like even Peggy's like, "Well, maybe there is," and she's got the hairdryer on full blast so she can hear somebody say Jesus is love to her, and and he's like, "God damn it, everyone's going insane." So he comes in there and to get Luann off of this whole Buckley's Angel kick so he can just fix the trampoline, says, "Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure with his help, you'll do just fine. Pass the test, and he'll have finished his good deed, and he'll have no need to come back to Earth again. And if you do see Buckley's Angel again, it'll actually be an evil angel of death. I didn't make up the rules. It's in the Bible."
Oh my God.
I love it. I love that. That made me laugh so hard.
God, he's so evil.
He's so shitty. So she ends up going back out to the trampoline and just kind of waiting for Buckley to be there. She's trying to study. She feels a tap on her shoulder and she gets really excited, but it's actually Peggy. And Luann's just like, "Where is he? He's not coming." This is typical Buckley, leaves me hanging, leaves me high and dry in a time of need. And Peggy's like, "You need to do this for yourself. There's no more help. Buckley's Angel isn't going to help you. You have to do this yourself." And she says, "Okay, I'm going to do it myself. But you will help me, right, Aunt Peg?" And Peggy's like, "Of course I will." Yeah. So they stay up all night outside with Peggy getting her hair dyed all kinds of crazy colors. Luann wakes up late for the exam, immediately takes off in the car. She's falling asleep. She's out of it. And all of a sudden, Buckley's Angel, Buckley pops up, and he's in the passenger seat. And she's like, "Oh my God, I knew you weren't going to dick me over. Thank you so much. Yay." And he just straight up's like, "You're going to fail this test."
Oh,
He's like, you suck at beauty school. And I actually have a note here from Jesus. And
Yeah.
like, I think it says the same thing. It's just worded nicely. And he goes, and he
Yeah,
says,
I love that. He says, Jesus, it's a message from Jesus, something about how you suck at beauty school, except it's worded nicer.
right. And then he goes, here it is. Luann, you really suck at beauty school. Drop out. Love Jesus. Huh. He underlined really. I guess it wasn't nicer.
You really suck at beauty school.
Really is underlined. Jesus is right. She does really suck at beauty school. She should drop out. So Luann is pissed. She's like, fuck you and fuck Jesus. I know that I can pass this test, and you're mean just like you were when we were dating. How dare you? And he's just like, hey, it's not my fault. It's just what Jesus said. You're bad at this. I don't know what to tell you. And they're arguing back and forth, and Luann comes seconds away from smashing into a Wienermobile. And so she jerks the car out of the way, goes skidding off the road, lands in a ditch. Buckley's angel has bailed. He bailed out. And she kind of comes to. A bunch of, 3 women run up to her, and they're like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, what's happening? And Luann sits down, and she's just like, oh my God, I almost died. And she's like, oh my God, I'm late for my test. She looks in the mirror, and she's like, I look hideous. I can't go to my test like this. And the girls are just like, what are you talking about? Who cares if you look bad? She's like, well, appearance is like part of the grade. And they're like,
10%.
oh, you 10%. And they're like, oh, you must have Professor so-and-so's class. He's such a sexist. And Luann's just kind of like, wait a second. You thought that I was in community college with you? Like actual college? And they're like, well, yeah, why not? What are you talking about? And it kind of gives her this excited, hopeful feeling that like these 3 women are nice to her and thinks that she can be successful in college, and that she like has the ability to actually go to college and finish it, as opposed to the girls in beauty school who are being such assholes to her.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hank finds another note on the trampoline, and he reads it aloud. The message,
Amy did quote marks when she said finds a note. So it's maybe he knew it was there. Already.
Yes, I think he might have. Apparently, it's written from Buckley's angel, and he says that he cannot find a woman for Bill, understandably, that he cannot find the crankshaft for Boomhauer, and that the portal to hell is actually located in Hank's garage right next to his tools. And so he's like, all right, well, that's done. Let's get to work on this trampoline. And they're all just like, okay. And Dale says, wait a second, let me read that. And Bill's just like, that's not Buckley's handwriting. So instead of responding, Hank just hoses them all down. He's just like, get it together. We're working on this fucking trampoline. Later that evening, Hank and Peggy and Bobby are all sitting outside enjoying the evening air when Luann comes back home, and she gets out of the car. She runs up. She's giggling. She's excited. She's so excited. And she's just like, guess what? And Peggy's like, you aced your exam. I knew you would. And she's like, fuck no, even better. I got all of my money back from the beauty school, and I applied to community college, and I start this semester. Like, I'm going to actual community college. Peggy's overjoyed, of course, and I love Bobby. He's like, this is the best day of my life. Yeah. And Hank, I guess I failed to mention, but really, like, this whole time, Hank has been hoping that, like, once she graduates and stuff like that, she's going to move out and find an apartment, all that stuff. So he's like, great. Wow, you could move into the dorms. You can get out. And she's like, well, actually, after books and tuition and back to school clothes.
Yeah.
Which, that was always so much fun back in the day. But when you're in college, that doesn't happen. Like, okay. She's like, I can't afford to, move out of the den. And Hank's like, well, all right. I guess if you're, going to school and bettering yourself, you can stay here. So everybody is just extra happy and overjoyed, and they all go inside to go to bed. But
well, like, before they all go inside, Luann is, they're all really excited at Luann's news, but Luann also says something about how, like, Jesus was right. I thought he was just trying to be a dick, but like, like, it's, I have this new thing happening and I'm moving on to bigger and maybe better things. And so Buckley's angel and Jesus were right after all, or something.
Right, yes. And everybody goes inside, but Luann turns around and sees Buckley's angel sitting on the trampoline, and he's like, I came back to say I'm sorry that I bailed on you.
Yeah.
And she's like, I knew you weren't that mean. I knew you weren't a jerk. And they have one final bounce together, right?
Yeah.
Do they bounce together?
Yeah.
Okay. They have one final bounce together. And Buckley's like, I gotta get going. Jesus is throwing a sick ass rager. I gotta get there before he passes out all the E. And so he does.
They would run out in heaven.
Yes, of course they would. Not run out, but he's still gonna be very selective with who gets it.
Yeah.
Are you cool? All right, you can have some. Buckley does one sick-ass bounce where he just flies up into the air, and Luann turns around, walks back inside. Buckley comes back down. He's like, sick, new record.
Yeah.
Gets off the trampoline and pulls out his halo, shakes it off, tosses on top of his head, and heads to Jesus's rager.
Aww.
That's the end of the episode.
Yay. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. So, Jackie, tell me everything.
I haven't seen this episode in a long time, and it's one that stands out to me, but it feels kind of shorter than I remember. It kind of like flew by.
Yes.
But I think I knew it was kind of a well-known episode and a sentimental one, but I forgot about the music.
Yeah.
Which was very, like, such a nice touch. It just really hits you right in the feels, and it was just perfect. It was really sweet. Let's see. I wrote down a few quotes and moments that stood out to me. In the beginning, when the guys are all trying to figure out how they're going to approach Khan about letting them fix his new trampoline, and that's when they're talking about reverse psychology, and Hank was like, Bill, remember when we got you to brush your teeth by saying you didn't know how? And Bill was just like, yeah. And Dale was like, reverse psychology? That'll never work. And Hank's like, yes, it will. And Dale's like, gotcha. Well, that part made me laugh.
I love that. Like, remember how we got you to brush your teeth?
Saying you didn't know how.
I know.
You don't know how.
No, you don't. You're an idiot.
Forget it, guys. He doesn't even know how. Yeah. Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah, sure you do. Prove it.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah? Well, what's this? I like when Luann comes home crying. One of the times she comes home crying, and she's just complaining. She's like, I just had a test last semester and now I have to take another test. It's not fair. How often in real life are you tested?
All the time.
Yeah. The part where Hank, I love when he reads Bill's letter, and it just says, he's reading it out loud. It just says, Dear Buckley's angel, find me a woman, any woman, love, Bill F. Delati Dotrieve. And then Bill is just like, hey, that's between me and Buckley's angel. And Hank's like, there is no Buckley's angel. There was barely a Buckley. That greaseball couldn't even find a hammer in Megalomart. How could he possibly find you a woman?
Such a good burn on both Bill and Buckley.
Yeah. There was barely a Buckley.
That's the one that gets me. I love that. There's barely a Buckley. So good.
And then Bill's just like, you have your God and I have mine. So, I love when Peggy and Min are talking about, Peggy is hanging out with Min, and Peggy starts to bring up the subject of Buckley's angel, but you could tell she's trying to be delicate about it. And she's just like, so Min, have you ever had any religious visions? And Min's like, is this about Buckley's angel? And Peggy's like, you know about that? And Min's just like, there's not much that goes on in this neighborhood. When someone comes back from the dead, it gets around. And then I love this line by Peggy. She's just like, I mean, Luann is clearly crazy. If it was a true religious vision, why would it come to her? I was home.
God.
Yeah. That's why it's so crazy.
I know. Jesus.
I love the part when Luann's arguing with Buckley in the car after he's like, you're going to fail the test, and Jesus says you suck. And he reads the letter and he's like, oh, I guess it wasn't that much nicer than what I said. And Luann's like, I thought angels were supposed to be good. You're a terrible angel, Buckley. I wish you never died. And then right before she hits that Wienermobile head on, Buckley's just like, bail, and he just flies out of the window and leaves her in the car.
I know. Watches her crash and then takes off.
And then the last note I made, there were a lot of moments in this episode, but the last thing I made note of was just kind of what I said before. It's sweet that Con has Buckley's trampoline, and it's a shame that he didn't appear to Con. Seems like maybe they were closer.
It seems like it. I mean, Con was broken up about his death and made sure to buy one of his trampolines. So
his number one trampoline.
His number one. That couldn't have been cheap.
Yeah. What about you, Amy?
So I said a couple during the retelling, but I like when Luann first meets him or sees Buckley's angel, and she's like, "You are an angel, unless you're just a hallucinogen of my mind." He is a hallucinogen of your mind. Mm-hmm. I love when Hank is talking about how, it's so much better because Luann is not crying anymore. And he's like, God, I can't believe I didn't think of this before. He's like, it's like she has a boyfriend I don't have to meet. Yeah. Of course, Luann's pettiness is one of my favorite things. But it's after Sharona Johnson and those girls are being just complete assholes to her in the mall and like, you're gonna work at the pretzel store. Luann's like, no, you know what? First she's like, well, I'll just spit on your pretzels. And she's like, nope, I have Buckley's angel. I'm just gonna walk away in dignity. And then the next scene is her at the trampoline just being like, Buckley's angel, can you please melt Sharona Johnson's face? I don't know why, but I really like the picture of Luann and Buckley on his motorcycle. Like, I think it was cool. Like, he's just sitting on it, and she's like,
oh, it's like, such a cool photo.
Yeah, and got her arms around the front of him. I'm like, damn, that looks cool.
Yeah, his bike looks really good in that.
Yeah, picture. they look cool in that. And that's pretty much it, because I said most of the ones during the retelling.
All right. So we did have one guest star by the name of Dawn Lewis, who I'm not super familiar with that name, but I looked up her IMDb, and I guess she's most recognized from her role as Jaleesa on A Different World, but she was also on Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and it looks like she's done a lot of stage work. Apparently she was in Dreamgirls, so I'm not super familiar with her, but she's done a lot of stuff. Ooh, she's been on The Simpsons. Oh, she's been on Star Trek, which I just started getting into Star Trek. The Next Generation with Patrick Stewart.
Yes, and God, what a daddy. Ugh, love him.
It's so awesome that he really, I mean, I think I assume he became famous, well known around that time, because he's always looked older.
Yeah.
I've never known anything different, and so he just always looks good. You never look at him and think he's aged. He just has those piercing eyes.
Oh, he's
and
so
that
hot.
Voice.
I know. He is so hot. And he's hilarious. Like, if you've ever seen interviews and stuff with him, he's fucking hysterical.
I've heard that, yes.
Oh, he's so hot. Yeah, no,
well,
definitely.
Anyway, this is not about Patrick Stewart. This is about Dawn Lewis. So that was our one guest star. It looks like at least on one of the Carmen Sandiego series, she played Chief. Although, didn't we know another actress? What was her name? She was on
I don't fucking know.
Oh, damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. I forget which episode it was on, but anyway, Dawn Lewis. and Patrick Stewart, ladies and gentlemen.
Right
and
on. Patrick Stewart. Just Google him, take a look at him. Enjoy your time looking at his silver fox zaddy.
Just thank you in general.
Thank you. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, let's get into listener comments.
All right.
And we do have a listener comment song.
Yes.
And it is again from our good friend, Sean R.
Yes.
And it says the listener comment duet for the ages. But anyway, he says, howdy, Amy and Jackie, challenge accepted. This was fun. Yeah. All right.
Oh, I'm scared.
I know, me too. I'm terrified. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Show me that smile, oh, show me that smile. Don't waste another minute on your comments. Whether we're near, we know we're near. The best is ready to hold, yeah. Oh, as long as we've got each other. We got the world spinning right in our hands, baby, rain or shine, all the time. We are the dreamers who never quit dreaming. As long as we keep on living. As long as we keep on living, we can take anything that comes our way. Baby, rain or shine, all the time. We got each other, sharing the comments, oh yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Amazing. Oh my God.
I was going to say we should add the little ending sound.
Oh my God.
Oh, my face feels so hot.
Oh, that was awesome.
I love these. I love these songs, Sean. I really want to find a way to just insert mine and Amy's faces into the intro of Family Matters while his voice sings over it.
Please figure it out. That would be amazing.
I'm dying to. I would love to make that happen. It'd be so
oh
funny.
My God. I wonder if somebody could do it. Somebody do it for us.
Oh, that would be awesome. Add the music into. I really want to feel it. Oh my God. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you so much. That
incredible.
Was incredible. Okay, let's get into listener comments. We've got, let me see here. We got Ron Schaefer right off the bat. We got Always Hate Posers and Soul on Wax all just say, hey.
Oh, I missed this part, but Bender's Redemption by Luann. The girls at the Beauty Academy are so mean. And then Bill, I guess, says, they are mean.
Yeah, I love that part. I meant to mention that. It's like,
I missed that. That's so funny.
Oh, and they're like, we know, Bill.
Oh, and Susan Murray 21. Now I can say it. Jesus is love.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, you made it. Right comment. Right episode.
Shaka Yo says, literally my favorite episode in the entire series, and when Khan is screaming to Buckley's angel at the end.
Aww.
Yeah, in the credits, and he's just like, why do you go to that hot potato hillbilly?
I was wondering it too. Why not Khan? But I guess Luann needs more direction.
Yeah, she needed it.
Jolene says, one of my all-time favorite episodes, and favorite is spelled with a U. So we know that Jolene is not American. Or not from the US anyway. One of my all-time favorite episodes, and a beautiful look at death, grief, and faith. I agree.
Wait, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice.
I know.
Derek.Kelly28. Education is the sleeping pill that makes dreams happen. Peggy Hill.
Crumb Dumpster Crumb Dumpster says, "Oh, my mama, oh, oh, my mama,
I feel the same, Crumb Dumpster.
I agree.
Arbitrary and Delicious says, I get misty when Luann and Buckley's angel jump to life in a northern town. It's so sweet. It is so sweet. And the animation is so nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It does give me chills.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
By Greg Allen Jones, Bobby's enthusiastic reaction to Luann's news. This is the greatest day of my life!
I know. A couple people mentioned that. Some tribes said that too. And Elissa, not Alyssa, also said that.
Oh, and Derek Kelly, and I did read this. Derek Kelly 28 says, oh, and the connection between this episode and Columbine will never not make me tear up. Did you read this in your research?
I didn't do any research. What? What research?
What?
No, I fucking put this together the minute before we started.
Well, I mean, I barely do anything myself, but when I was looking up this episode and just any notable moments or quotes, I kept seeing stuff about Columbine come up, and I read a couple people shared this story on Reddit, but I just found a link to a direct quote from Mike Judge, so I figured I'll reference that since it's supposedly right from the source. But this quote, it's just like about a paragraph long, but it just says, I don't get much fan mail as an actor or singer would, but when I get a letter, 99% of the time it's pointing out something that really had an impact. Like after my own private rodeo, all these people wrote to me and said Dale's dad inspired them to come out. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
And this was when it was still illegal to be gay in Texas and a few other states. Another one that really stuck with me was this girl who survived Columbine. See Wings of the Dope, the episode where Luann's boyfriend comes back as an angel, aired 2 weeks after the shooting. About a month after that, I got a letter from a girl who was there and hid somewhere in the school when it was all going on. She said the first thing she was going to do if she survived was tell a friend of hers she was in love with him. She never did. He ended up being one of the kids responsible for it. So if you can imagine how, to her, it felt wrong to grieve almost, and she bottled it up. But she saw that episode and Buckley walking away at the end, and something just let her finally break down and grieve and miss the guy. I remember she quoted Luann, quote, I wonder if he's guardianing some other girl, or something along that line, because she never had the guts to tell the kid. So I guess that was just like a girl who survived Columbine talking about how this episode helped her grieve. And I thought that was really sweet. I didn't know about the one with the episode with Dale's dad having such an effect on people. That's really nice to hear.
Yeah, it is.
So so Derek Kelly is I think referencing that. So
must be.
Yeah, must be. Well, I mean,
be.
Unless there's another one we're missing.
I don't think so. Well, thank you everyone for your listener comments.
We'll just end it on that sad note.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. You got one? You got another one?
Thunder Muffin says, Buckley's angel is such a dick to Luann, and he never finds a woman for Bill. Thank you, Thunder Muffin.
Thank you. All right.
Taking it back up.
All right. Listener comments done. Now it's time for trivia.
All right, go ahead.
I only have 2.
Yeah, same.
Cool. I know there wasn't a whole lot for me to pick from this episode.
Same.
Okay. So when Luann is in the mall, she's carrying a book, and Sharona Johnson's like, "What, are you taking your book for a walk?" And what is the name of the book that Luann is carrying? What's the title?
Ooh. Oh.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Just take a guess.
Is it a dictionary?
No, it just says hair.
Oh,
Jesus.
good one.
Okay.
That one really threw me off.
It really did. All right. Luann mentions that, of course, Buckley didn't show up, and he did this to her before. They were supposed to go to a concert together, and he didn't show up. What concert? What artist were they supposed to see?
Seal?
No. Color me bad, and bad is with 2 D's.
Ooh, okay.
I wanna sex you up.
You up. Well, then that just leaves mine.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Amy.
Yes.
In the beginning, the first time Sharona Johnson is being such a turd to Luann, she's with 2 of her friends, and she's like, you've had such a rough year, your boyfriend blew up, you lost your hair, all that stuff. Tell me the name of one of her friends.
Oh, fuck me.
Because they're all wearing name tags.
I'm gonna say one of them is Jessica.
Oh, no, but it's Jill.
Jill! Oh, okay. I just assumed Jessica.
Because everyone knows Jessica's,
Bitches. No.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Just kidding, Jessica.
I think like 3 Jessicas that that listen to us, and I'm like, sorry, I'm just kidding.
I know, if you had said Rachel, that would have been like 30% of our listenership. So many Rachels.
So Jill and who else?
I only know Jill.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right. What's the next one?
Question. Amy.
Yes.
What is the area of Buckley's, the square foot area of Buckley's trampoline? I can also accept the answer in meters for our British listeners. Or the rest of the world.
I have no idea. Did you pause it when he pulled out the schematics?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. 10
square feet.
I don't know how much square. I don't know.
Do you want to give me the X by Y at least?
Fuck no. I didn't come on this podcast to do math.
All right. Well, it was 12 feet. 12 feet by 9 feet,
okay,
which
I was
adds
close.
up to 108 square feet.
Okay, I was not close.
And if I am doing the math right, which odds are I'm not, in meters, that's 9.72 square meters.
Well,
so for the rest of the world who doesn't follow our insane measurement system,
yes,
that might mean something a little bit more to them. All right.
Yeah.
And do you know the name of the next episode?
I don't know why I don't write these things down. I know what it is, but I can't remember the name of it. So
do you want me to act it out for you?
No, please don't make them go through that again.
Oh my God.
I
probably couldn't anyway. You want me to?
No.
Okay.
Take me out of the ball game.
Yes! Nice job.
Thank you. She didn't even have to act it out.
I don't even know what I would have done. I was just going to try and do hand signs.
Yeah.
All right. Take me out of the ball game, everyone.
That's the next one. So get your listener comments ready.
Get them ready.
All right, everybody. Goodbye. Love you.
Call us. Write us an email. hello@hoyapod.com. Send us some real mail at our P.O. box. Join our Instagram. Leave listener comments. Leave different voicemails. And until next time.
Adios.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
We love you.
We gotta go to Jesus's party.
Yeah, his sick party before he runs out of hits of Molly. All right. And I'm just gonna shake off my little halo, put it on top of my head.
There you go.
And here I go. Goodbye.